Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts, and I'm just logging onto my computer. I hope everyone is having a nice Sunday. It's a bit chillier today, but it's all good. Can't complain. And I'm very excited to share today's projects with you. This is one of the sets that I was able to pre-order. Demonstrators were able to pre-order out of the annual catalog. But everyone can order it on June 3rd starting at 2 o'clock Eastern. Some of these products they're already suggesting might go on back order because they've been so popular, but hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on them. And I'm definitely going to be offering a class using these products. I'm just going to wait and see what the inventory is like. So just a reminder that the new catalog goes live June 3rd, 3 Eastern. And I'm just making sure I'm in the right spot. No, not 3 Eastern. 12 noon Mountain Time, so that's 2 Eastern. And if you're one of my regular customers, or anyone else, I would love to have you order from me. But my regular customers, I've been driving around giving out the catalogs. And if you email me your order earlier in the day, then I'll try to get in it right at 2. Hi, Cindy. The site will be very busy on Wednesday, so I anticipate a lot of orders going in that day, but I'm going to try to put one big order in and fast ship it. So June 3rd, this goes live. And I can't show the inside yet, but I can on June 3rd, and it will be available on my website in the sidebar where the catalogs are listed. It will be there. All right, so the group of products we're working with today is called Flowers for Every Season. It's a whole collection. They've been doing suites and collections in the new catalog, which I kind of like because you know everything is going to coordinate. So in the collection, there are 2 bundles actually. There's a sunflower bundle, which I didn't think I needed, but now I know I need it because I've seen a whole bunch of cards online that are absolutely gorgeous. And then it comes with the jar of flowers, stamp set, and coordinating punch. I just want to, if I turn it this way, it's kind of glary. So it punches out this adorable little jar. And what's fun about it is it has the jar, it also has a lid, and a straw. How cute is that? And I'm going to show you a little secret. You can use the back of the stamp, so it's 2-sided stamping. You can use the back of the stamp to add your water, if you know what I mean, and I'll show you. Same with the straw, you can do the stripes, and then you can add your color with the other side. The flowers are beautiful, and I want to say they're for all the different seasons. So, and they're bigger than what they show here. That's how big they are. And in some of the new clear stamp sets, they've been putting the images on the back. So instead of using these plastic sheets, you just take your stamp and put it right onto the case, which I think is a really good idea. I just kind of kept that in there for, I don't know why. So sunflowers, spring, tulips, and daffodils. These are roses, so I would say summer. And this one, no, this one's got pussy willows. I thought these were pussy willows. You could make this one into a Christmas one, I think. And that could be holly and holly berries. Yes, little berries. So I think you could, anyway, you could do whatever you want, but it's kind of cool that they have ones for different seasons. And there you can see the straw and the jar, and that's the water image. So that's the stamp set and punch. We're going to be using the punch. It also comes with these adorable mason jar shaker domes. You get 10 in a pack. I think there's 10. This is one of the items that they're saying might go on back order, but look at that. Oh my gosh. I saw someone online that actually did a card and put water in it. I don't know how she did that, but they also sell, but I didn't get them because I didn't really realize what they were for. Little gems. They look like the little beads that you put in the bottom of a vase, and and I think they're like blue and white or clear and green. Anyways, really cute. And then to coordinate with this set is a triple ribbon combo. So they have this beautiful plaid, which has a little bit of a scalloped edge. It's not plaid, it's gingham. Then this beautiful twine that is blue and white with silver thread through it. Really pretty. And then this white, almost looks like linen. It's so pretty. We're not using any of them today, but it's very pretty, very pretty. All right, it doesn't really match the colors that I selected for today, but so that's part of the collection. Obviously, you can buy everything separately, but I like when they make a collection so that everything coordinates together. That's what I love about Stampin' Up. There's also the Flowers for Every Season, Memories and More card pack. And I showed this on an earlier video. These originally were for scrapbooking, or journaling actually, but they've kind of redesigned them because they found people were using them for cards. And I did some cards with them earlier, but these are perfect. Look at that. Pop it on a card with some, I'd add a few layers of course, and with your greeting and you're good to go. Hello, Pat. And you get quite a few. I don't remember how many, but you get a lot. So you get double-sided of all these little ones. Then you get a couple of sticker pages, or one sticker page. There's probably another one deep down. And then you get these larger ones, which are actually bigger than our regular cards that, oh yeah, there's the other one, that I typically make. Oh, there's another one that's got some words on it. Beautiful, happy, beautiful you. Isn't that pretty? Celebrate, today, feeling, lovely. It's a really great little set. Bloom and grow. How cute is that? If you want to just send people cards and you don't have a lot of time to make them, these are perfect. Winter wishes. So the idea with this set is flowers for every season. So there's winter, spring, summer, and fall. So it's got you covered for the whole year. And I like to keep mine in a case. These are the same cases that we get our stamp sets in, and you can order them from the catalog, and it's all nice and compact. So these ones, as I said, are a bit bigger than the regular cards, and they're designed to fit in these larger cards. And this set coordinates with the new in colors, and this set of envelopes and card bases also coordinates with the new in colors. So there's 5 new in colors, and all the papers that I just showed you coordinate with these 5 colors. And they also come with envelopes that are really cute, and they're lined. It just makes your envelope a little bit prettier. You've seen me when I put a little bit of paper on the back. It's just as pretty on the inside. So this is a great little set. If you got this card pack and envelopes and this, you could make a ton of cards. Here you get 10 cards and 10 envelopes. Or if you know somebody that doesn't really craft but is looking for something to do right now. I actually had someone email me saying that their friend wanted to take up a new hobby and wanted to start card making. This would be perfect. And a snail, and they're good to go. And they don't really have to think about everything because you'd have to give them samples if they've never made cards before, but it's a great way to start. All right, and it does come with designer series paper that resembles this, but mine's at the UPS office somewhere, but it'll come. All right, today we're going to play with this set, and what I've done is I've done a fairly simple card. Well, I think it's fairly simple. Step up and a little bit wow. So we're going to start with the basic one, and you can see how we're going to progress. I've used some Stampin' Blends. I've gone ahead and colored, so you don't need to sit here watching me coloring. I've used a whole bunch of colors, but I've used my Stampin' Blends, Flirty Flamingo, mainly on this card, and Granny Apple Green is the stems. And I'll show you the one that I did wrong. You guys get to witness all of my little things I mess up. Just part of card making, because you know what? The person getting the card doesn't know that you messed it up. It looks beautiful to them. All right, before we start, I'm just going to show you a couple of tips on doing the jar. This is my foam pad. Because it's photopolymer, I like to use my foam pad. And I'm using Memento ink. So here's how I did it. I'm just going to do a few to show you, and then I can use them for another project. I don't need them for my today's project. So this is the jar. So it has the outline of the jar and some little markings that you'll see in a second. And I'm going to stamp it twice because I'm going to show you two different things that you can do. Now, it's a punch. Always when you're stamping and using a punch, see which way the punch goes so you know you want to be able to fit this in and punch it out. Because if you turned it the other way, you would have to trim your paper, and it's just one more step. Okay, so that's good for the black. And I'll just show you how beautiful the images come out. You'll see it in my colored ones, but here's a great tip as well. Just fire off a bunch of these. Oh, I hope I didn't get it on the jar. And then when you're watching TV, you can just sit in color. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, so here's the tip with the jar. And I saw someone do this. It's not my own. Let's first do the leaves. And I will tell you, the leaves are kind of bunched up at this end and spread out a bit more at this end. So I thought, oh, okay, that makes sense because the spread out one's probably at the top where the flowers spread out. No. One of mine I did upside down. So actually that's not what it is. Where it's spread out is in the bottom of the jar. So try to go right to the top. Perfect. All right. So that's the stamping and the, I'm not going to bother coloring them, but I probably should, but anyways, I'm not going to. Here is the half full water. So here's what I did. I played around with it a little bit, you can see here, to see how it works. And there is a full jar. Oh, I guess it's the same one I just used. So I decided to use Seaside Spray, which is a really pretty soft blue color, and to me it looks like water. So what I did first is I inked it up full strength. I really should color these first, but I'm not going to take the time. And what side do I have on? Ooh, almost did that wrong. I'm going to ruin my demo. All right, so this stamp, you can stamp on both sides. It's kind of like that cup one we had at Christmas. I'm just going to turn it over so it's not wet. So I'm stamping this side first, and it's going to give me the little lines. So I'm going to stamp full strength. Little lines. Okay, so you can see how it makes little dark blue, well, as dark as Seaside Spray is. It's not a very dark color. Okay, so I'm just cleaning my stamp again. Now I'm going to take it and flip it, even though it's still got a bit of ink on it. Oh. I'm going to get another block. That one's wet. Or maybe it's this that's wet. Okay, we're good. So now I've reversed it so it's flat, but I don't want it this dark. This is how dark it is, full strength balmy blue. So I'm going to stamp it, stamp off, and add my water. Isn't that cool? So I've stamped the outline in regular strength balmy blue on the flip side, flip it over, and then stamp off, and then stamp for your water. You can use the regular jar. I haven't done this yet, so let's try it and see if it works. Well, I know it does, but Okay, so I'm reversing it now. I already did my image. So I'm going to do Stamping Off. Now, see with photopolymers, sometimes you get that indentation. You don't want that. I don't know. Oh, there, it's gone now. I also saw someone that did one, it was on one of the websites I follow, and she had done it in this really pretty blue to make it look like that mason jars that you stamp with or paint with that milk chalkboard paint. It was really cool. Alright, so you can see how it's a little bit off, but there you get your two effects. I don't think you'd ever want it full like that, but you might if it was a drink. And you could use this as a mason jar drink. Put your drink in, your lemonade, and then your little straw. It's so cute. Okay, hopefully my fingers aren't all inky. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put together the first card. So I've chosen to do this card in Flirty Flamingo. And this is, I'm using a bit of the same technique on each card and then upping it a little bit. I'm just going to get a baby wipe. So I feel like I have ink on my fingers. So you can see I've gone ahead and colored what I think are roses or peonies. Our peonies aren't out yet, but I do have a tulip on my desk that looks like a peony. So this one is just nothing really raised except this. And you could just stamp that as well. So, first card, Flirty Flamingo, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, or just folded in half. Flirty Flamingo, 4 by 5 1/4. And on all the cards today, I've used Tasteful Textile 3D Embossing Folder. It reminds me of burlap. It's beautiful. And it is available June 3rd in the new catalog. It's my go-to. Alright, let's see if I have enough adhesive today. So I'm just using Fast Fuse. Sometimes doesn't like these embossing folders. Okay, so I'm just putting this in the middle. It's just a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. Well, actually 1/8 of an inch. This is the Stitch So Sweetly scalloped rectangle, and I've gone ahead, stamped my jar, colored in my stems, added my water, and I think I will pop this up. I am going to pop up the flowers as well, but I think I want to pop this up. I just know I'm going to love playing with this set. It's like giving someone a little jar of flowers. It's so pretty. There we go. Those are perfect. And then I'm going to pop up the flowers as well. So this would be more of a beginner card, I would say. Now, there is no framelit for this. You do need to fussy cut, and if you don't like fussy cutting, then just put it, you could just stamp it right on your paper. You'd have to get a bigger piece than this, because this piece is not quite big enough to do that. All right, so we're gonna add our, let's call them peonies. Right, like that. It's so pretty. Okay. Now, one of the new ribbons is from Forever Greenery set, and it's this more like gauze. The other one was like linen. This one is like gauze. And when you tie the bow, it is quite large. So, a trick I did was I just cut it. I cut off as much as I thought I would need. I just took my paper snips and cut it down the middle. And now I'm just going to, I did this before and I used the little strings. Here I'm not using the strings. each individual one. I'm just fraying it. I saw someone else do this online. There are the little threads if you wanted to use them. They're pretty fine though. But this gives me a bow that's not quite as big as that other one. And actually when I have flowers in my mason jars in my house, which I often do, I do put some raffia around the top of my jars just to make it look pretty. All right, I think that's good. I should not use glue on my scissors. Okay, so we're just going to add this with a glue dot. Right to the side. And then I did do a little greeting. It's pretty just like that. I did do a little greeting that says hello. So let's just add that with a couple of glue dots. I don't really want to raise this up. I think I've got enough stuff raised up. There, first card. Hello. Cute. I think it's cute. I love the flirty flamingo. So I've used light, then dark. What I like to do is I color it all, and this one was so easy to color. You just use your big fat tip, color it all. Then I went back with the dark and did the buds because they're always darker, and some of the lines and insides. Then I go back with my light and color it again. Really simple to do. All right, so that's the first card. The second card features shades of purple, and this is what I like to call the spring collection. It's got tulips, that looks like a daffodil, and that looks kind of, I made it look like lilacs. So for this one, I've gone ahead and done my jar. This is the one I did properly. It's the last one I messed up. So because the paper is kind of small, when I want to punch it, I'm just going to add a little sticky note so I can hold it properly. Line it up. This is the first time I've actually used this punch. There we go. All right, so what have I got going on here? I have Highland Heather, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 or folded in half. Then I have Purple Posy, and it is 5.5 by, I don't remember, 3 1/4, 3.5. So that's going to go down next. And then I have Vellum. This is how I think I'm doing it, but I also cut it white because I wasn't really sure. And this piece is from Ornate Layer Dies, which are available now, and it's this big long one. It's quite long though, because at first I had this piece at 5 1/4 and it hung over the edge a little bit, so I had to redo it and keep it at 5.5. So just to note that. Let's just layer this up and see how this is going to look. Because I thought I could use vellum, or I could use white, or I could use white and vellum. I think I like the vellum. I was worried about, because vellum you can see through, but I'm just going to put glue where my flowers are, and I think I'll be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and add this piece with my trusty old fast fuse. So again, I've used the same embossing folder, which is called Tasteful Textile, available June 3rd. So I just want to center this, make sure that the top is lined up. If the bottom isn't exact, then it doesn't show quite as much. Okay, that's going to be my next layer, but let's go ahead and put this together. I'm wondering, should that go behind or in front? I wonder if they match. No, they don't match up exactly. They kind of do. I'm putting a bow on anyways, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think I'll put it in front, and I'm going to pop them both up. Or no, I'm going to put the vase flat and pop up the flowers. Yes, yeah. So I'll just make sure it is where I want it. I was going to flip it over because I don't remember exactly how tall these are. All right, that looks good. Okay, and I'm going to pop up these. So just by popping them up automatically, it's really going to be in front, I guess you could say. I probably should put this on first. So I know I can put my vellum here because you're not going to be able to see it. And I know the flowers are going to be up here. And let's just hope that's exactly where they are. You can see why they've discontinued this stuff. Alright, so you can see it goes pretty close to the top and the bottom. Okay. Did I get them all? Yep. Just going to put it like that. Now this ribbon I'm going to use, oh no, I'm using the same one. I'm using the yellow one for the last one. So same ribbon. I'll just pull a couple of strands off to give it that frayed look. All right. I could have used a different ribbon, but I kind of like this stuff. It reminds me of exactly what I would have at my house. I'm going to put it right in the middle because I want to hide all this. Okay. I think that looks pretty. And now I just have a little greeting that says, "My friend." This is from the Ornate Thanks. And because I didn't pop this up, I'm going to pop up this. I'm going to use my little dimensionals for that. Does anyone think that they might want to purchase this set? It is very pretty. Oh, I think we need to add some gems or jewels or something. Maybe we'll use some of these purple ones. Whoops. Unsuccessful. There we go. One more. All right, that looks pretty. I don't think this one needs a lot. I'm just going to put one on there. Okay, I like it. So that's my second card. A little more complicated. We're punching out the jar and we're punching out, no, we're cutting out the flowers. Still not difficult, but I'd say a little bit harder than this one. Or not harder, more steps, I guess, is a better way to say it. All right, and the last one. So this is, hopefully I remember how to do it, not like yesterday's video. Okay, you see me really crafting in my craft room. So for this card, we're working with So Saffron, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Hi, Catherine. We're using the jar of flowers set today. So I've got that layer going on. Then I have my next layer, same embossing folder, Tasteful Textile, if I remember the name. Tasteful Textile. 4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to get layered here. Let's go ahead and put that on. I'll have to try making the jar as a jar of lemonade. We actually have mason jars that we drink out at our house. Okay, so we've got first layer, second layer. Then we've got a piece of 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. If I measured right. Yep. Soft suede. This is the new designer series paper in good taste with all the wood grains and the textures. It is just so pretty. And let's get this done. We'll cut out our jar, and here you can see where I did these upside down. I thought it was right side up, but no one's going to notice. We're going to have a lot going on this card, so no one's going to notice that. Now, I tried to put it in and it didn't quite fit, so I have to trim a little bit off the bottom. So I'm just eyeballing. There we go. Get that out of the way. Okay, so let's get our, no, let's not. So I need this again. I'm going to use the punch for my paper. I'm going to try to center it. It's hard to tell. I'm going to hope that that is centered. The one thing you have to remember when you're making this card is that's all the room that you have between the bottom of the punch and where your paper's going to be. So that is a design thing that you have to think about. So I can't have my jar right in the middle, but it is designed that the flowers are pretty big, so you wouldn't want it really close anyways. All right, we're not using that bow. I don't know why it's there. So I've got that. Now I have this extra little jar that I can use for something, although I'd never really seen a wood jar, but that one would be cute. I'll save that. So these little jar peely things, there's 2 peels. There's the top peel and the bottom peel. So let me try to do the top peel. I don't know if there's you have to do it in a certain order. So this fits just like that. You slide it in, and then you've got your little jar. Then I'm going to peel off the back, and this should fit on perfectly. Or just like, it doesn't really fit. It doesn't go on the gluey part, it goes, it should just sit inside. Now, if you're going to use those little gems, this is the time when you would put them in. All right, let's see. There we go. So I'm going to hope that that's going to stay. I'm going to turn it over. I'm laughing at those upside down. Oh, I got to put snail on this. I should have put snail on a minute ago. All right, I have to stand up to do this. There we go. All right, so we've got our little, it's so cute. And it would be cute with stuff in it, but I don't know, the lady that did the water in it, she must have put a little sheet of plastic on the back, that's all I'm thinking. Okay, so now I have to somehow get glue on the back here. I'm thinking there was a better order to do stuff. Oh well, it's gonna get done. That's a bit of a mess, but no one sees the back. This is gonna get centered. these were Pussy Willows, but I'm thinking you might be able to use this for a Christmas one and have these as poinsettias, or I don't know, that could be a carnation. These could be holly berries. But for right now, they are summer flowers. So let's put a couple of dimensionals. And then we're going to add our pretty little gingham ribbon to this one. There we go. And I did this little greeting. I don't even know if it's going to fit. No, it's not getting a greeting. So this is gingham ribbon. It's actually the new bumblebee color, but it's a bit darker than So Saffron. I actually pulled it out to see if I might want to use it, but I didn't like it as I liked this one better. So I'm going to do a nice bow. I just love this ribbon. I think everybody else is going to love it too. So if you're thinking of putting in an order for products in the new catalog, I would do it fairly quickly on the first day, because stuff will go in back order. It'll come back, but when you're so excited about getting stuff, you want to get it right away. Now, do I want to put it right on top of the jar or to the side, or what do I want to do? I'm not sure where to put this bow now. Where do you guys think? On top here, or like to the side? I don't know. It's awkward. Okay, pop in the messages where you think the bow should go. Top or side? I'm going to stand up and look. And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if maybe add a couple of little gems to this one. And I'm going to use Bumblebee, I think. Doesn't really need them, but there, that's good. On top of the jar. I think so, Pat. It looks stupid there. Well, not stupid, but and here it just seems so high. I was trying to think of a way that you could wrap the ribbon around, like it looks exactly like it's wrapped around the jar, but I don't know how you would do that. I'll have to play with it a little bit more. This is actually the first time I've used the little jar. And I don't really... No, I don't like that. Well, I like it, but I don't think it suits. Okay, so our 3 cards. The first card stamped the jar, stamped the flowers and cut them out. So we raised up the flowers, added our cute little bow. Second card, we punched out the jar, we cut out the flowers, and we added our cute little bow. Flirty Flamingo, Highland Heather, and Purple Posy. And the third one, we punched out the jar, used the little shaker dome, and it is called a shaker dome because there's supposed to be something in there, and cut out our flowers. So 3 different cards, each one a little trickier to do, but none of them are hard. Do you have a favorite? I don't know. I kind of like this one, but they're all pretty. Does anybody have a favorite one? Hi, Shannon. So this is the Jar of Flowers stamp set that we're using today with the coordinating punch that will be available in the new annual catalog. And demonstrators were able to get it ahead of time. And don't forget, the new catalog comes out on June the 3rd. If you have a very big wish list, you might want to consider buying the starter kit, because when you buy the starter kit, you can pick a free bundle. And you could pick this bundle. There was one bundle that was $81. I don't remember which one, but That's a great deal. And you also get to choose $165 worth of product for $135. No tax, no shipping if you live in Ontario. Can the shaker dome go in the mail? Probably. You would have to use a special padded envelope, and it's actually kind of high. It's 3/8 inch. Forget last time I was at the post office. It might be 3/8 inch. That's the limit. It might fit through the, that little slot they put it in. Let's see if it can still go letter or if it has to go parcel. So it would be iffy. If you're mailing it, I would use this technique and just raise up your little jar and punch it out. You could, obviously you can mail it, but you don't want to spend $13 mailing a card to somebody. It would just cost more money. Next time I'm at the post office, I'll put one in an envelope and see if it fits through the little slot. I asked her if you could buy those little slots too, so you can check your cards to see if they're going to fit through, but she didn't. The lady at the post office did not know. So that would be helpful to know if you're going to need extra postage. And it would really be cute with some of the little gems in it. When I first saw the gems, I thought they were more like sequins, so I didn't buy them. But now I realize they're little gems. So someone said you might be able to use those little silica packs that you get when you buy something new, that they have little bead things in them. But I also know they're dangerous, so I don't know if I'd want to give that to somebody. The last one, Pat, is your favorite. Catherine likes the pink one. This is Flirty Flamingo, and it really does look like peonies or roses. I don't know, you could, either one. And my peonies are just budding right now. Okay, so those are my projects for today. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. I will be back tomorrow at 3 with some other project. I'm not sure what. And then Wednesday I'm going to be going live early in the morning, and not early in the morning, probably 10 o'clock or so, and because then I'll be allowed to show you inside the new catalog. So that'll be fun. And it will be posting on my website on Wednesday, so you can see it then. All right, I hope you're joining me on my mission to make a card, send a card. I hope you're staying safe and getting lots of time in your craft room. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you soon. Bye.